Oh, no, I don't. Hey, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully we can keep connection. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Don't see that every day. Like it was a funeral procession with the lead car being a old Rolls Royce. I mean, like old, like 1970s model. Old. Still sweet, just old. That's a good thing to talk about. Let's talk about things that are older that don't lose value. Okay? Things that are older but have not lost value. It's a great topic. And then another great topic would be things that are brand new that have a ton of value or a lot of value. It might not be a subject we can cover today, but that's two good topics. I know this is a abnormal time for us, but we got folks coming in. Good morning, Miles. How are you? Thank you for coming in and seeing about us. Certainly appreciate it. That's good to see you. Got your mask on there, brother, while you open up your cigarettes and litter. That's one thing that bothers me, y'all. People that litter really bother me. You know, we watched this, me and Jennifer, we spent a little time together last night. We watched this movie. I never know the titles of movies. But it's about these two people who are just average Joes. They go, they pretty much average. And they go and they get volunteered for this army experiment where they're gonna like put them in a state of sleep for 1 year. And some things happen, and the guy in charge of the experiment gets arrested and whatever. They end up, waking up like 550 years later. So, I mean, it's so funny, but it makes you think about. And it's really satire on how silly people are, and how like the mob mentality is just, don't think. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get the name of that one so I can refer to y'all that was a good one. That's one I want to watch again because it has so many little. I mean, it's a comedy. It's not like it's the end of the world, but I mean, these people are crazy. I mean, they were doing silly things for no reason at all. Like they were watering their crops, and everybody was drinking this like Gatorade stuff. And nobody, the only way they used water was to flush the toilets. That's the only way they used water. I don't know how any of them were living. And they kept saying, because the dude that woke up, he was just an average guy in like 2005, but in 2550 or whenever it was, he was like the smartest man on the planet, because he got arrested for going to the hospital because he thought something was wrong with him. He's like, I just don't feel great after the after waking up. He's still thinking it's like a year later, and he keeps looking at the date and he's like, this can't be right. So anyway, they got this kind of little barcode scanning system that is tattooed on your arm, and he goes to jail and he takes this IQ test in jail. And he comes back, he scores the highest that anybody ever in their history has scored. It was like basic questions like, if you have 2 gallons of water in one bucket and 5 gallons of water in another bucket, how many buckets do you have? I mean, it's little basic questions like that. And he scored the highest that anybody had ever scored in recent history, like in the last 500 years. So they deem him the smartest man on the planet. And it's funny, but it just makes you think about we as humans, where are we going? Because we got, especially like right now, we got this mob rule mentality with everything. And I can understand, I can understand how people won't change. I can understand how people are angry. But it just made me think about, you know, the current times. And like he told me, like, you know, we start using water to water the plants, they're gonna grow. But they had basically put themselves through through famine and all this crazy stuff by using this Gatorade stuff for everything. I mean, it was everywhere. And then, when he switched everything over to water, it crashed like the economy because half of the planet worked for this Gatorade company. I don't know. It was just crazy. It was a bunch of satire, you know. It'll remind you of like Saturday Night Live or something like that. But it has meaning behind it. Oh goodness, good morning, Ashley. How are you? Thank you for joining us. So I didn't really have a topic this morning. I just wanted to come in and check in with you guys. We may or may not do shows this weekend because apparently I need a break from like everything. I've been running so hard the last 6 weeks. I can't even tell y'all what happened this morning. I wouldn't be able to begin to tell you. And even though I went to bed at a decent time, I woke up in the middle of the night, did a little work, and couldn't go back to sleep for like 2 hours, maybe 3. Just mess around on the internet, surfing, and really killing time. I found this new crazy horse racing game that I wish I hadn't found, but I love it, so I got to keep doing it. And I'm not that person that is on their phone all the time playing games. That's just not me, because they usually get on my nerves. Because you get to a certain point, then you got to pay to upgrade, or you got to wait so long that you're checking your phone every 30 seconds. You know, I got out of that stuff when I was this is like 10 years ago. Me and Jennifer, when we first got married, we would play this game on Facebook called Farmville. I'm sure y'all remember it. Oh my God, we were crazy. We would get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning because if we didn't, our strawberries are going to die, because you had a small window of time to harvest your stuff. And it was like having a job. It was crazy. That game had us both crazy. And I said, you know what? And after that, I hadn't, I'll download a game every now and then just to kill some time. But I hadn't gotten really involved with a game. Excuse me. I hadn't really gotten involved with a game in years. And I downloaded, Jennifer and I found this game, this casino game, when we were in Vegas. And it made me think about it the other day. And I was really looking for a game for her, because she absolutely loved this horse racing game in Vegas. We were at the, what's the name of the Lexar. We stayed at the Lexar Hotel. And down in the casino, they had this little track, where horses ran around. You place your bets, and if your horse came in, you won money. If it didn't, you lost money. It was, whatever. It's like $1 a play. And that girl sat there. I go make money on the craps, and whatever I make, she would blow on this horse game. She did not care. She's like, "Oh, I don't care. I'm playing this just for fun." I was like, "Babe, it's not the way you're supposed to gamble. You're supposed to gamble to try to get something back." Not her. It was like a reverse ATM with her. The more she sat there, the more money she lost. I mean, she just enjoyed watching those little toy horses, those little play horses, run around that is probably, 4 feet in diameter, if that makes any sense to you guys. It was an oval, and these horses would run around, and she absolutely loved it. I couldn't pull her away from that table. She absolutely loved it. So anyway, I was looking the other day for a game for her, and I ran across the first game I saw dealing with horses. I typed in, in the Play Store, horse racing games, and this first little game comes up, and I was like, oh, this looks realistic. This is cool right here. And I know how it works, And the reason why I don't play them because they annoy me because you got to go through this tutorial, then you got to learn the game, then you got to wait for stuff to build, blah blah blah. But this game was different. This game was a little different. This game was like plug and play. And even though you had like 10 races you could run, and then it had to recharge. Man, I'm telling y'all, they got me hooked on that game day one. So I was like, dang, this is cool. And then of course when you get up to higher levels, because you can breed your horses and you got certain little activities you gotta do and all that. I mean, it made it so realistic. I got to the point yesterday where it was charging me like 2 little energy things to race. I didn't realize it. You know, because my horse, I got hooked, y'all. I got hooked. I wanted me a better horse. So of course, in order to get a better horse, what you gotta do? You gotta buy a horse. And I'm not talking about with the little coins that's in the game. You gotta go out and, you know, and put your credit card in. You gotta buy a horse. And I got hooked. I bought me a $14.99 horse. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? That's the first and only money you're gonna get from me, because I'm not gonna get hooked like this. And I hadn't. Every time, you know, something has come up where I needed to either wait or to pay, I was like, okay, well, put it down for a while. Here in an hour or two, it'll be ready to play again, you know, whatever. And I mean, and those games are so addictive. I remember when Jennifer would play Candy Crush, but it's a never-ending saga. You just constantly candy crushing, and then all of a sudden, one day she woke up. She's like, "This is crazy. I'm never gonna beat the game." I'm like, "That's the way it's designed. It's designed for you never to win. You keep winning the levels, and the levels keep, you know, getting harder, starting over, or whatever. But it's designed to never win, never allow you to win. And it just keeps going on and on and on into like internet foreverness." So yeah, I did that the other day, and I'm not gonna say I regret it, because it's a great reliever, I guess, stress reliever or whatever. It's fun, which is something I talked about this yesterday. I don't have friends that I go hang out with, you know, like who was that? East of the River came in. He's like, yeah, I'm going ATVing or whatever he said at the end of the month, and I'm so super excited about it. I get excited about helping people make money. I have such a boring life, you know. My idea of excitement is helping someone go from $0 and make a substantial, legitimate amount of money. That excites me. And I've been like that like my whole life, my whole adult life at least. I like to see people advance. Somebody texted me this morning out the blue and was like, "Hey, I heard you were into stocks." And I didn't even ask them who told them, because somebody at the church. People at the church talk like crazy. You know, they gonna tell all your business, which I don't care if anybody know I trade stocks or not. And she's like, "Do you know about this person's course?" And, you know, blah 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 blah. I was like, "Well, I'll send you a link of somebody I used to use." And I looked at his course, and now I'm like, golly, this dude is charging. I mean, when I first got involved with it, when he first got started, it was like $21 a month. Now his course is like $199. He has one for $199. He had one for $97. Then he had the you know, where he does the picks for $30 a month. I'm like, okay, cool. To each his own. To each his own. JK, good morning. We wished you a happy birthday yesterday. Where were you? So happy belated birthday today. Happy belated birthday to JK. Happy belated birthday to JK. Happy belated birthday to JK. Happy belated birthday to you. And many more. So welcome. And I hope you had a good birthday. I was hoping you come in because I wanted to sing. Well, I did sing to you yesterday. So if you watched the replay from yesterday, you didn't get all the bells and whistles yesterday because I was in a kind of a tight mood. I was a little uptight yesterday. What happened? Something pissed me off yesterday morning. I can't remember what it was either. And that's another thing in life, guys. When things upset you, let it go quickly, fast, and move on. I can't even remember what had me, uptight yesterday. But I remember it was something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it's something. So, yeah, let stuff go quick. Life is way too short to be freaking pissed off about stuff all the time. Somebody had a great post on Instagram or what I saw earlier. They was like, people that S on you, y'all know what S means. People that S on you, don't worry about it. Sit back and watch how it was something crazy. Watch how they need you later, or watch how they something. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it was such a great post. It was awesome. Awesome. Awesome and great and awesome. So anyway, almost at my stop. I'm gonna have to let y'all go because I have to go into the office this morning. So I'm not gonna take y'all in this morning. Got some paperwork I gotta do. Some things I gotta do. I'm running late on Is what it is. Is what it is. So anyways, thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If the channel has motivated you, inspired you, blessed you in any kind of way, please sir, please ma'am, share the channel, comment, like the channel, and come back to the channel often. We pride ourselves on doing daily videos. Which is more like vlogs, but hey, it is what it is, y'all. All right, so we out of here. Y'all be blessed. See y'all next time.